Loiston is Kivu, just to give his remarks. At the same time, just to talk briefly about Unleashed African Songs. Yes, please. In this room, there is a problem of internet, so we only have connected because we are streaming live. We are connected, a number of us. So because the Wi-Fi is training in the morning, it has not been working. So you can use your phone, but we are connected. We are streaming live. Thank you. So let's have Mutahi giving his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Shadrach. And in the interest of time, I'll write on the protocol as it has been observed by my predecessors. So thank you so much for joining us this morning. To repeat, my name is Joseph Mutahi. I'm the Vice Chairman, UAE. I'm also the Regional National Director, Kenya National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, representing North Eastern Region, that is Machakos, Kitui, and Makueni. I'm chairing the most powerful committee in the chamber called the Ethics and Governance Committee. I'm really happy to be in front of you this morning just to recount a bit of our story about UAE. When we crossed almost the whole of Africa with my brother Shadrach to Cameroon, Rwanda, and later to Uganda, looking for partners who could walk this journey together. Somewhere in Rwanda, we got some friends. In Zambia, we introduced us to Infinity International, and in particular, one man who has walked with us this journey, Mr. Clive Alexander, who will have a lot of love for you. Since then, we have walked with him, and I can tell you for sure we have really covered a lot. And because the next session is going to be covered by Infinity International, I'm sure you know where we have come from, where we are, and interestingly, where we are likely to be in the next 6 months or so. Mine is here to welcome you and to recognize our partners, mainly Infinity International, in a very special way. Machakos University, Interweave Solutions from America, thank you so much for being our partners. And we have talked to one of you. We want to sign a very powerful MOU with you because this program is getting a lot of traction in Kenyan space. We are happy about it. I also want to thank EZA. Last year we had an event in this institution. Infinity International came in handy and they really assisted us. EPSDA were also with us and they assisted us. Machakos County government gave us a lot of support at that time. We are happy today we are with them and first our regards to the governor and the rest of the team. We are happy about it. Thank you so much, and I'm sure at the end of it, we are going to be in the rock. Thank you. Asante sana.
I said normally we just Rebecca and Amisha. Thank you, my Director Joseph. I think the longest journey starts at least by one step. And with Joseph, we are really walked a very long journey. One time we were in the same class in 1980. He reported earlier than me. So when I walked into the class, I found him and became a big brother. And that's how we have worked very long and very many years. So thank you. We have the appointment of our chair of worship here. She has another commitment, but tomorrow she will not be back. Now, at this juncture, I want to call upon the university. I think I can see Professor Charles Kobuki, the Dean of School of Business, and he's the one who is representing the VC. So, welcome, Prof.
Thank you so much, Shafra Kyoko. Ladies and gentlemen, is it still good morning? Yes, I think yeah, no, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, as just been introduced, Professor Charles Kobuki. I'm the Dean School of Business, Economics, Hospitality, and Tourism Management. The university is known to be a school with the longest name. Because there are schools to the top of school of engineering and technology platforms. But mine is the longest name. I did indicate that the Vice Chancellor, Professor Teresa Gallo, is with me. The acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Mulendi, who is substantively the Deputy Vice Chancellor in charge of administration and planning and finance, has gone to the show again to present the Vice Chancellor as a chief guest. So when that, crash of work came, then I was requested now to stand in and address this gathering as on behalf of the Vice Chancellor. So mine is really to thank, first welcome each and every one of you to Machakos University. It is a small university, but very big in the sense that indeed we attract students from various parts of the world, and our student population has been rising very tremendously from 1,200 to 11,000 as we speak today. And with that expansion, therefore, indeed, we are catching up with the so-called the G7 universities. So we are also trying to catch up and relate to them in terms of population. Basically, using a very simple technique, the diversity of the products we are offering, and perhaps put specifically market appeal. When I got to know Kyoko and his team with Unleash African Economies, the acting registrar, Church of Research, Innovation and Linkages, Professor Mulwa, contacted me, linked me together with Unleash African Economies, and I listened to what they have. I must say I was excited because indeed, in Kenya, the curriculum is changing, or rather has changed. We talk of competence-based curriculum, meaning that the education that we are offering our youth has to equip them with some specific soft skills that will be required to be utilized as they graduate. We all know that Kenya, many other countries, we are also struggling to go to developed status. Currently, we are classified as a middle income. Therefore, the graduates that we release to the market should be able to have these soft skills so that they are not so that we shall even bring our members of staff, even from my own school, so that they also become success ambassadors. Yeah. And thereafter, our students can also be able to do it, so that when they graduate, they don't start as a tarmac, and talk of tarmac, when they look for jobs, just move from one point to another, giving your CVs. They can also be finding something to do to sustain themselves. And even some can go an extra mile of accessing seed capital, which I also know we offer, and initiate their business ventures so that they can create us of jobs in this country. So with that, I felt excited, and I believe, and I want to thank the Alicia Africa and the partners for a good job well done. Indeed, we cannot take this as a preserve of only those of us who are working, but I think now we need to go beyond and bring the students on board. When they come back in September, most of our students are like in my school. I already have postgraduate students in session right now. Most of my students now are out, some on attachment, and others on long vacation. They will be resuming later. I will be coming back to Alicia Africa so that we have a meeting with their students so that we see how they can start also undertaking certain courses to give them the soft skills they need to undertake their business activities. It is one thing to graduate with a Bachelor of Commerce degree. Bachelor of Commerce Accounting, Bachelor of Commerce Marketing, Bachelor of Commerce Finance, Finance Commerce Adjustment. Then it's just that not just enough, but it's also good now to have that practical feel, that practical touch, so that when they go out there, they are different from the mama bogas out there who are not having the exact substance. We will be working well with us, and we shall do a great things with them. So with those few months, I want to thank everyone for coming. Wish you the very best in the 2 days, and hopefully we shall be able to learn more and interact more as time goes by. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Prof. I think the leader team should somehow be excited to hear those words from Prof. We are here to connect the world of work and the academia. And that's why we also have this wonderful team from Infinity. The buzzword, the current buzzword all over these days is about crypto, it's about blockchain. We have the people here called down. You tell us about some of those. Okay. Jargon people may hear about these words, they wonder what is all about this. And now this team, this wonderful team here, is now connecting the world of the academia to the world of work and project collateralization using cryptocurrency. I think that's a very exciting topic, and we are eager to hear about how can we put up a building using the crypto as the security. We want to know how possible is it and how can it work. To me, that would only be the magic bullet to develop Africa. There is no other, I'll say there is no other solution to develop Africa. Of course, you need huge amounts of money, and it's only the crypto which can develop our continent. So when we met with Cliff again with Joseph, we found the mission and the vision of Infinity is again blending very well with Unleash. And that's why we have the team here. And I have to thank them for also taking that sacrifice from the US of the years to come and launch Infinity in Africa. Don't they deserve a clap? Possibly, this is the only place this is being launched. I think, you may sit with president and you never know. Some of the people are seated here, they could even be bigger than presidents. But you are just here with them, brushing your shoulders with them. So thank you, this wonderful thing. So without much ado, I call Paul. You have to be very brief so that you call Paul Kabab. Sorry, I'm calling Harrison. Harrison, so that we call the English director. Welcome, Harrison.
Thank you very much. All protocols observed. My name is Harrison Emifremo, and I'm here on behalf of Interview Solutions. I believe that as we walk around Kenya, Accra, Nairobi, everywhere you go, you see a lot of people on the streets. And we've all been thinking, how can we help move these people from the streets? Oftentimes, these people have skills, they have talent, but they're not able to provide for their basic necessities of life. Some of them are graduates, they fit mathematics, engineering, economics, finance, ICT. Here is when Interview Solutions comes in. We are here to move people from the streets. Before I go on to introduce Colin, or invite Colin to come on board, I would invite all success ambassadors to join me, recite Interview Solutions, our mission, and our vision. Can we have all success ambassadors stand up? So we are going to recite Interview Solutions mission, vision, and values. Okay, so as Interview Solution, we move people from poverty to prosperity through neighborhood self-reliance groups. Vision: self-reliance groups transform the way the world fights poverty. Through these groups, millions of people will achieve higher income, better homes, and improved communities. Thank you very much. You may please have a seat. I will now invite our English language director, Colin Britt, to help us launch the NBS Express course. So during the presentation, we are going to talk again about our vision. We are going to talk about our success stories as Interview Solutions International. We will also talk about our global impact, what we are doing all over the world. Then we will channel into Kenya specifically, what we've been doing in Kenya over the years. We will also look at Interview Solutions philosophy, our model, some of the programs that we offer, and how we can partner with each other. So stay tuned as we do the presentation.
Thank you, Harrison. A round of applause for Harrison. He's done all his job. So thank you so much for everybody for being here, especially our success ambassadors. They are our boots on the ground. They are individuals that are helping create these self-reliance groups. Now, our mission, we move people from poverty to prosperity through neighborhood self-reliance groups. What is a self-reliance group? A self-reliance group is a group of individuals in a community that wants to uplift one another, that hold each other accountable, that learn business principles together. Some individuals might wonder, how do I legalize my product if I'm a food vendor? Or if I am in the medical field, how do I make sure that I'm following the practices that my area requires? Or maybe it's I have trouble accessing finance in my local area. So how do I get in with these microfinance institutions? How do I get access to these grants? And these are some of the different items that Interweave Solutions targets, as well as teaching basic business principles, and paperwork is one of the big items that we focus on. So go ahead. Next slide. So before we get into what Interweave Solutions teaches in the MBS program, I just wanted to share, go on to the next one. I increased my business sales by 30% and savings by 40% in 2 months. This is an MBS graduate from Zimbabwe that I just visited last month. This was a little cake that she made for me in Zimbabwe. She had a skill of baking, and she was able to take her product, she was able to promote it. She was able to set a price that actually worked in her area. She was able to look at her competitors in the area to be able to compete against them and really excel in her business. This is a picture right here of several wellness and MBS graduates pictured in South Africa. This was just last month as well. And so we are getting to numbers where we're significantly growing all around the world. Go ahead to the next slide. And a lot of these examples are from the English-speaking countries around the world, because that's my job, is to help grow the English language countries. We also have a program in Spanish, in Portuguese, and in French. We have a global impact with nearly 85,000 graduates right now from Africa, Latin America, and beyond, including India, Haiti. Courses are available, like I said, 4 different languages, and we're moving into several other languages. Success Ambassadors, we are approaching, I believe, 2,100 Success Ambassadors. So those are individuals that are able to teach or facilitate the MBS course all around the world. Currently, we have about 50 Success Ambassadors in Kenya right now. After targeting Kenya, we've been in Kenya for really about since November is when we really, I handpicked Kenya as one of the countries that I want to focus on, because as I spoke with a couple of individuals throughout Kenya, I captured the entrepreneurial spirit. I captured the fact that individuals throughout Kenya, they may be able to have a lot of skill sets, but you can't really go out all the time and go get a job unless it's a governmental job. So what that creates is what we call a necessity entrepreneur, an individual that can create a business, be able to provide for their families, provide income. So here's a few of the countries that we work in. Of the 84 countries, you can see Kenya, we have 1,244 MBS graduates as of today. 50 MBS junior graduates, so that is a program that we have for individuals under the age of 18 years old. We have 63 Success Ambassadors right now, so that number has gone up from 50 that I quoted just barely. And we have 23 wellness facilitators. So these are individuals that focus on our wellness program that involves mental health issues like depression, anger, anxiety, different things like that. Our MBS course is certainly our most, that's our flagship course, what we focus on most. Now, to introduce kind of give you some background on Interweave Solutions, Dean Curtis built and sold a successful business creating jobs in the United States of America. He went out and found individuals that were on a welfare program where the government pays individuals that are unemployed or maybe have a hard time finding jobs, and he would help them find jobs. He would help them become what we call self-reliant. And now through this program, he was doing so well at moving people off of the welfare program in the United States. The United States contracted with Dean Curtis to pay him for every individual that he got off of welfare. And so he did so well with this, he built the company up, and he sold it in the United States of America for a large sum of money, and started what's called Interweave Solutions. Interweave Solutions is focused on exactly what he did in the United States, but targeted towards the 2.3 billion individuals that live in the informal economy, or economies that are developing and maybe have that the necessity entrepreneur field. So go ahead to the next slide. So the formation of Interweave was when Dean Curtis and his brother Lynn Curtis, who is a psychiatrist, a psychologist, a doctor, in nonprofit organization work. They came together and Lynn was saying, well, we move people out of poverty through creating groups and a community feel where individuals uplift one another. And Dean said, no, we move people out of poverty through teaching them business skills. We move them out of poverty through teaching them how to keep paperwork, how to keep all of those items that really uplift every single business needs to understand before they move on. And when they both came together, that's why we call it interweave solutions, because it was two ideas that were interwoven together to create interweave solutions. Now, if we go back one more, and so why from the mariachi band? This is an example that we like to give wherever we go. Lynn Curtis was in a very small country in South America when he had about $2,000 US to give to the community to try and uplift them and try and say, he was saying, I'm going to give this $2,000 to you, and I'm going to let you do whatever you would like as a community. This was their kind of board of directors, a very small community. And they said, okay, go ahead, step outside of the room and we'll talk about it. And so they stepped out of the room, and then they said, okay, come back in. He came back in and he said, okay, what can you decide to spend the $2,000 on? And he said, and they said, we want a mariachi band. And he was like, what? He's like, okay, I'm going to give you guys one more chance. I'm going to step out of the room and you guys come up with something that you actually need, and then I'm going to come back. He went, and sure enough, he came back. He said, no, we really want a mariachi band. And he just kind of shook his head and said, okay, I told you that I would give you this $2,000 and you can create a mariachi band. So he came around the world, but without a mariachi band, our local community cannot thrive. We cannot have the right business that our neighbors have. We cannot compete. Now, one of the important things to learn from this experience is I cannot solve the issues in Kenya. I don't know the issues specific in Kenya, but our success ambassadors, you guys do. And so that's why we take this course. We did it to our success ambassadors to be able to solve local issues, to be able to solve, to move people from poverty to prosperity in ways that they know how. So, Interweave's philosophy is not only focusing on business, but on community and your home life. If you run a successful business, if you go home and you spend it on alcohol, you're not going to have a successful business in the long run. You're not going to live out of poverty. If you go out into your community and your business gets robbed, or if you're giving things out consistently for free to the community, these are going to be issues that can drag your business down in a way. So we focus on business, community, and home life. The community side, we do service projects, and home life improvement. We have individuals identify different areas of their life that they would like to consistently improve on, and then we have them identify tasks every single week to be able to complete, whether that be the spiritual side of life, whether that be your financial side of life, or your education. We have them identified in different locations, and then we have a very large focus on the business side in the MBS course. So we have what's called the Perpetual Self-Sufficiency Model as a Success Ambassador Program. We've introduced our Success Ambassadors here. At Interweave Solutions, we teach the teacher, we train the trainer. So an individual will be able to take the MBS course, they'll be able to become a Success Ambassador, and then they will be able to help uplift their communities in the ways that they know how. Our Success Ambassadors all here, they run their own business as a Success Ambassador. Success Ambassadors are able to charge for the course. Interweave Solutions is a nonprofit organization that does not keep any of the money that our Success Ambassadors charge. So our Success Ambassadors here, they practice setting a price for the product. They practice promoting it. They practice all of these different practical applications in business world, and they run a business in teaching the MBS program. So it's become self-sufficient as a model because our Success Ambassadors can create income by teaching the Success Ambassador program. Interweave Solutions also offers grant programs for our Success Ambassadors. These are for individuals that teach individuals in their local communities that maybe don't have enough capital to be able to provide all that they need to be self-sufficient themselves. So the roles of Success Ambassadors are to lead the neighborhood self-reliance groups. Every self-reliance group that they create, we try and create a presence with each of them so that they can continue to, even after they graduate, to uplift one another. We have several different courses that we offer. One of the programs that is new is the MBS Express course that we will be launching today. This is a new course. But our main courses are the MBS course, Master of Business in the Street. Now, this is a unique name, but it's on purpose why we call it the Master of Business in the Streets. Now, individuals typically don't have capital in developing countries to be able to go to a university all the time. And those that do go to a university, sometimes they learn application skills, they learn excellent skills that they need in their professional life. But then going out into the world and creating a business, sometimes it can be hard to make that transition. And that's where Interweave Solutions steps in, to be able to make that transition. We'll have Harrison talk a little bit at the end about one of the contracts that he landed in with one of the universities there to be able to help their own community out. We also have a wellness course. We have one of our wellness facilitators up here. I'm not sure where you're at, but there we are. One of our courses is a wellness program. We also, in teaching people business principles, we also understand that if you have a successful business, but then you significantly struggle with depression, anxiety, anger, it's extremely difficult, if not impossible, to become self-reliant. For those of you that either one of us in here that have significant mental health issues, or know a friend that has significant mental health issues, this is a program that I hold very near and dear to my heart, because I've held these groups, I've seen the impact it has on lives. One example from Zimbabwe was I was sitting down with an individual that had just lost their son, and through some complicated issues, they weren't really able to tell their husband, and her family blamed her for the loss of her son because she wasn't able to get them to the hospital on time. And so she was struggling with this issue and was not able to move on in her business, and so she sat down with these groups, and she sat down with, I believe it was a group of 4 women, and she was able to talk about these issues. And we teach individuals how to speak, how to feel, and how to listen in these groups. And so that is another program that we offer. We have junior programs for each of them. We also have literacy programs for individuals that don't know how to read and write yet, and we teach them in terms of business. So we teach the ABCs of business, I guess you could say, and we teach them how to read and write so that they can work in a business. So we also have those programs. MBS courses are our main program. So the MBS program is made up of 12 units, so it's 2 to 12 weeks complete, typically about 6 weeks if you do 2 courses per week. We teach the 6 P's of business. So we teach individuals how to price their product. Product, price, promotion, plan. One of the main ones that we teach is paperwork. I'm forgetting one. I don't go in order. So we've got process. I didn't say promotion or the 6 P's. Home improvement plan. I just described the home improvement plan. That's kind of the life deal that we talk about having a balanced life. A community service project, and then a business plan. We teach individuals before you get into a business, project what that business is going to create. So project what the expenses are, project who your vendors are going to be, what they're going to charge you, project how it's going to go, and then compare the actuals to the budgeted amounts so that eventually you can get a successful, accurate estimation in the future. So how can we partner with groups? I would like to invite Harrison back up here to share just a little bit about one of the examples that he had in Ghana. We partner with several different groups. We partner with religious organizations. In Nigeria, we are up to the federal level. We're working with the national government. It's in most of the secondary schools, the MBS Junior program. We have a program all throughout all correctional facilities in Nigeria. And we work mostly with small microfinance business institutions or lenders to be able to teach these business principles to people that are actually on the streets trying to create businesses, because this program is specifically for individuals that want to create businesses, so small businesses. So Harrison, I'll hand it over to you for a little bit.
Thank you very much. So I'm a student at the University of Cape Coast reading mathematics with chemistry. And I have friends reading several programs. And in my country, Ghana, we have the Unemployed Graduate Association. People go to school for 4 years and they get unemployed. And I believe that the MBS course is a game changer. Whatever you learn in school, whether it's for a year, whether it's for 2 days, or even the skills that you have, the talents that you've been blessed with, you can convert these skills and talents into business. Some of the successful people you know are people who are operating using their own talents and skills. Football, music, and everything. Sometimes these people have not even been to school to learn all these skills. So we believe that every individual has the power to contribute, regardless of what you've learned or regardless of where you live. So looking at the university, I have been able to land a contract with the University of Cape Coast to train a student population of 4,000. So all these 4,000 students will be going through the Master of Business in the Street course. And going through the Master of Business in the Street course, you are going to develop a business plan based on the 6 P's. So it's not something that you just learn. As you go through the course, we help you to develop a business plan. And this plan will follow up to help you to implement this plan that you develop in the next 6 months. So we are going to talk about the plan. The plan simply means that your business idea, the steps you are going to take to make your business a reality. Oftentimes people have a lot of good plans, but they don't even know how to put them together. So as these people go through the MBS course, we are going to help them develop a plan for their business, even if it's a skill. Like we have a wonderful brother saying, it can be turned into a business. If you can joke for people to laugh, you can turn it into a business. We will help you plan for that. Then also we talk about products. Oftentimes people think that they cannot do anything. I don't know what to develop. I don't know what products to come up with. So we tell people that everybody is blessed with skills. At least look inward. What are your talents? What resources do you have? You can be able to use your skills. You can be able to use talent to develop a business. Then from the plans, we go to the process. The steps involved to create your product and deliver to your customers. Teaching the MBS course all over the world, we've realized that some businesses do not have a laid down process. Okay, so we go to this business, they do this, they do that, they do that. The next day you go, they're doing something different. So students who go through the MBS course are able to come up with steps by step how they operate their product, how they create their product, how they promote it, and how they deliver it to their customers. So from the product, from the process, we go to the price. Okay, oftentimes a lot of small business owners make mistake developing the price for their product. They either overcharge or underprice. So we help people to come up with a price that will help them to be competitive in the market. Then also we talk about promotion. Sometimes we have good products, but promoting it becomes an issue. So those who go through the MBS course, they learn about how they can brand their business. They learn about the 30-second business statement. You may meet investors, and in 30 seconds they will want to hear about your business. So we teach these people how they can be able to We also teach them entrepreneurship, how they can be able to leverage your social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and all other social media outlets to promote their products. Then we go to paperwork, which we'll be focusing on a bit today. Okay, oftentimes we do well applying some of the business principles, but we do not keep record. So through the MBS course, we are going to learn about the very important records that every business owner must keep. The first record that we teach people is the income and expense law. The purpose of the income and expenses law is to help you to keep track of transactions that occur in your business. Then we come to the income statement. For you to know whether you are making profit or loss in your business, you should be able to develop an income statement monthly. Then also we talk about the business budget. Oftentimes people call it cash flow projection. Okay, so every business owner, whether small or big, you should be able to plan ahead how much you are going to make in your business. What expenses are you expecting? What income are you expecting to make? Okay, so if you're able to plan ahead in 4 months, it will help you work harder. And if you're not able to achieve the goals, you'll be able to ask yourself, oh, I plan making 100,000 Kenya shillings in the month of June, but I was not able to do that. What do I have to do right? What can I improve on? So we teach people that, to keep records in their business. So basically, just as being said, I have landed a contract to teach students, 4,000 of them, not only degree, it should be certificates. So during our classes, we ask questions. We have no lecture much in our MBS class. We ask questions, we get to know our students better, and we hold our students accountable. After every class, for example, we talk about we have them to do a new cycle. We talk about machines, we have them to apply the principles that we talked about. And whenever we come to class, we ask them, are you able to introduce us to 5% into this week? And we respond that they say no. If you're not able to do that, we are going them to do. Because the MBS course is practical. Whatever course that you read in the university, whether it is theology, whether it is agriculture, whether it is finance, business, economics, or mathematics like myself, or chemistry, you should be able to develop a business out of that. And we believe that there are so many problems around the world, and as students, as entrepreneurs, we can be able to help solve the problems around the world. We invite every one of you here to sign up for the MBS course. We would love to take you through and hopefully you will become success ambassadors to help promote the MBS course to other people. Thank you very much for listening.
Just to close, we will be talking about microfinance institutions and loans to different organizations that maybe sometimes don't have time to teach their lenders a 6-week course. We created the MBS Express course. And so we'll teach a little bit more about that after the lunch break, I believe. And so if you're here, stick around. We'd love to share a little bit more about the MBS Express course, which we are launching for the first time in Kenya. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Colin and Alison. I think we need to do the locomotive class. I don't know, do you know how they go? You know locomotive moves? Thank you. That is a very, very wonderful presentation. And I think I've seen Professor Kibu is the one who connects the university with the world of work, taking notes seriously. And I also looked at my founder, Cliff, also taking notes seriously. Project assessment at the admin, Natasha, also taking notes. because he's talking about business plan, and that's one thing. So, your mission and your vision is blending well with all the partners who are here. So, thank you very much. We are eager to hear more about the FPS Express program and how all these people, they want money in their pocket, nothing else. So, how can we get that as soon as possible so that we walk out here, everybody else? But my founder, he will tell me, is a word of abundance. Abundance. So all of us here should have enough for ourselves. So through your course and through the activities of prioritization of the programs and the university, I'm sure we'll be all and right. Thank you very much. Now at this juncture, I call upon Mama Lorna Gardner Cliff. Can we escort her with a round of applause? He must be. He said, Karibu, Karibu.
Hello again, and hello, Cambria. I am happy to be here on the 24th, and I'm so humbled to be here. I was dreaming of coming here, and before I leave here, I go outside, take my shoes off, and walk this way. Okay, to make sure that I do have the connection. And may I say, welcome again, and for all those that were online, streamline, welcome to Kenya, back home. I know they do not have an opportunity to meet with us yet, and so you guys are the first one to meet with us. But as I said, that everything starts here, everything started in Africa. So by design, it seems as if we had to come here first, and we got cattle back home before the leaders. And I want to let you know that as we're here today, that we're on a mission. We're all on a mission, and that's what I say, unleash African economies. The mission, to connect African entrepreneurs and innovators. We're all on a mission, whether we're going out to the store, whether or not we're just going to see a family, whatever it is. You're on a mission today. And the reason that you're here is because you want to make a difference, and there's something that you have to do. So you go on a mission. That's always going out. And people usually go back and forth. Now, the real name, your mission, what is the mission? What is the mission? You are your international. International, USA, and you have international. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thanks. And Infinity International, or Thunder, will tell you that we have a vision and we have a mission. And as you go through life, there's certain things that you experience, and there's certain things that you see, and know that it doesn't sit well with you, and know that you have to do something to make a difference. So not only are we doing that, we know that there are people all around the world that is doing the same thing. So it is us for us to unite, come together, and at some point in time, we will make full circle. The gentleman, Corey, and all of us here, the mission going out. Can you imagine? When we all come together, how powerful it is. We do not do anything alone. We are not alone. There are people all around the world who are doing things and want to join together to make a difference in the world. We are not satisfied with lives. We are not satisfied with the situation. But we have the ability to change the things that are happening around us. All the things that are going around us and all circumstances that are around us, we have the power to change it, to change those circumstances. And we should not be comfortable by sitting down and saying, poor me. We don't have to look at the next person and say how successful that person is, and how this one is improving, and how that one is going, and we can't. locked in our minds. Okay, we have to know that all that you want to achieve, you can achieve it. The power is within you. Get with someone who has a vision that you may not have, and join together in forces to get that done. It can be accomplished. Whatever it is that you want in the world, it is available. It may not be in your local area, but it is available. You want a house? You don't have a house. But is there a house? Yes. There is nothing lacking. Everything that you want in life is available. You want? Because the God that I serve, and I haven't talked about that because I have to put it first and foremost in our lives. Because I know that he takes a back seat to no one. And he placed us here, but he had a plan. And the plan that he had was that before we got here, everything that we ever wanted, he placed it here before we got here, so it could be available for us. So it is for us to go out and find it. Okay? If we're not able to find that, there's someone else who can. And so we connect all of these resources together and come to a point where we know that there is no lack. And so we should not think that, oh, for me, and we do not have this, and this is lacking. There is no lack. We just have to tap into all those areas and pull out those resources that we can come together and have a better life for ourselves. We are promised long life and a good life. We look around and we say to us, ourselves, how is it that this person's succeeding and that person's succeeding and not? Lord, what's going on with me? Maybe in this, maybe in that. But sometimes we allow society, we allow people to define us and tell you what you want. Tell us what we are. You are this, you're that, you're not this, and you're not that. And if we get to a point where we listen to all the chatter and all the things that they say you are and aren't, you lock your mind into this thing thinking that you are and thinking that you are less than. You are not less than. You are more than, because God has made you and He's created us in His image. And we serve a good, big, mighty, powerful God. He tells us that we can do the same thing because you're in His image. So what is stopping us? We need to get together because we have a tendency to be selfish. We want to do things for ourselves. We want to accumulate everything for ourselves. We go out and we collect everything, fill our coffers, fill our homes, and do everything we have to get as much as we can out of life. Because we think that so much has been taken from us, and that we do that, we try to accumulate everything. For me, my family, my children, my grandchildren. What about your neighbor? What about the neighbor who doesn't have? And so we're not going to get greedy because all that we want in life is available for us to use for a time, for convenience, to make us comfortable. And it is not ours, but it's for us to use for a time. And when we leave, we will leave it behind. And so we want to make sure that our neighbors, our friends, our family also has the same opportunity. Mr. Alexander has a motto by saying, whatever it is that you desire for yourself, seek the same thing for someone else. Not just for me, Lord, the big house and the big car, and Lord bless me and help me. Help my family, help my children. What about the next man? He promises a shelter. Did he promise you a 6-bedroom? Did he promise you a mansion? He has a mansion for us. We go there together. And he promises you life and love and transportation. I don't have a car. They're driving a Bentley. Look at my little car. God, you need to bless me. Pour me. You have transportation. You can't drive a car. We have our feet. Don't we get from place to place? That is transportation. You do not have a yacht. You do not have a Bentley. Guess what? You could go. We have camels. We have donkeys. We have horses. But we go. And we need to be thankful in all things, big and small. And at times, we want to have access to big and mighty things. But we have little things
And God has given us little things, and we are not faithful with the little things that we get. Yet we want God to trust us with big things, and we can't handle the little things. And so if we are good servants and good stewards, He will give us what we want and what we desire, because He knows that we could handle that. Now, when we are asking for things, we have to be prepared. If you do not prepare, then you would not know how to handle it. You would have those big and great things, and it overwhelms you. A part of doing business is setting up a structure. There's always a structure, as I said. You have to set up this good structure. It has to have a foundation. You don't want to set up your house and it has a shaky foundation. Before long, it will come down. So we have to set things in place, and it does take time. A lot of times people want to move into a business and they do not want to take the time to learn. And before long, they realize that they have to go back and start again, wasting time. So when we set up that structure, we're asking and hoping that everyone will fall in line and follow the structure that is set so that we could be successful. You have a business plan, you have your business, and you have set it up. It wasn't thinking about it one morning and say, hey, there are people on the street and they're living there. I wonder what's going on with them. Oh, they should know better. They need to find somewhere to live. It's just like saying, hey, there's a man in a hole. And you pass and you see him in a hole, and you look back and you say, hey, you need to get out of the hole. It's not good to stay in that hole. You need to get yourself out. And you said, well, I saw him, but I helped him. Did you help him? He needs a rope. You got to do more. So we always have to do more. All that we can, we have to do. Infinity International, I'm going to tell you who we are. Infinity International Development is a globally oriented consulting firm dedicated to empowering individuals and communities worldwide. With our innovative approach, we strive to provide people from all walks of life with the tools and resources needed to unlock the full potential and achieve financial resources. It is there, it is available, and if we have to go out and get it, well, people, this is what we do. There are people who are resource persons to go out and find those opportunities and all those resources, bring it back to the people who need it. We look we are in a community and we see that there is a lack, there is a need, and it is incumbent upon us to be our brother's keeper, to go out and search for the things that they need to then make a better lifestyle. And we should not try to just be greedy and be all about ourselves. If I take care of you, and I take care of you and you and you, when I'm in need, guess what? I have you and you and you and you to look out for me. But I'm just looking out for myself, for me and my children, my grandchildren, my house. When I fall apart, who helps me? And there are people who give. They give so that they can get. They find people who are influential or who has a lot because they're thinking that, hey, if I help this person who has a lot, when I'm in need, they could help me. And yet they have a brother or sister that's wanting beside them, and then in their mind will say, I'm not going to help this person because this person can't help me. And they will give all that they have to the person who has much and ignore the person who has little because the person will not have anything to give back to them. When we give it a willing heart. We give because it is good, it's the right thing to do. We do not give because we say, hey, what's in it for me? And we're giving to them. The right thing is to do what is good and to help our neighbors and help our family men all around the globe. Our community and our neighbors does not mean the person sitting next to you. If you look around, you'll find that there are individuals here who we have not met at all and have not met for the first time, but they are our neighbors. The people on the next community or county are our neighbors. We have neighbors everywhere. And when we come together as neighbors and people, we come full circle, having a mission, trying to get the work done and saying, God is a big, good and big God. And when we form the circle and join together, this is how we get things accomplished. Because in our own selfish ways, if we do it individually, we will fall apart. And that is one of the problems that we're having in life today. We do not unite. We need to unite, put away our differences, and come together so that we work together to accomplish the great things. Because by ourselves, we will not stand. And this is why God did not make just one person. Because He didn't really need to make everybody. He has a plan. And whatever His plan is, whatever it is that's happening here, is a precursor of things to come. And this is how He wants us to be. He wants us to work together. He wants us to be of help to each other, serve each other. Services, or purpose in life is for service. And don't be afraid when people call you a servant. Because you're a servant. Christ came and He did it. He served. If they call you an old maid, it's a totally different thing. Okay? But when they call you a servant, be happy. Because we are here for service and to give service to one another. So let's be a good servant. Okay, we talk about our mission. Our mission is to seek and find solutions that brings about changes that will impact individuals and communities, not just locally, but around the globe. And to restore hope to the hopeless, or to those who sometimes feel they're hopeless. And sometimes we feel hopeless because the society and system will beat you down, and so many things come upon you, and then you can't handle it, and then you feel hopeless. But there are others who will tell you that we're here to let you know there are solutions, and there are situations, and there are resources, and we're doing that to bring you that hope. Do not give up. Do not be despondent. Do not let the system or society tell you who you are or define you. You have it within you. You are valued. And we see the value in people. Look around in this room. Talents, skills, doctors, lawyers, mothers, fathers, everybody in this room. And that is what the power of God is, that has put all of this in us to work together. I may not be able to do the things that you do, but you do. So how we get that accomplished? You join forces. I may not be able to clean like you do, but we have someone who say that's a servant, they do the best job. And so when we unite, we see the power in unity. And we do not get selfish to say, everything is for me, and all that I accomplish is for me and my family. Okay, and this is why we are here, and our mission is to go wherever it is we need to go, around the world, and find like people that are like us, and have the same mission to join together and for others to experience the goodness of God. And we do not let our circumstances or situations overwhelm us. Because sometimes the little things that we go through in life, we take that and let that be greater than the goodness of God. The goodness of God is right there beside you. You don't see it because you're so overwhelmed with the things that with the problems that you have created for yourself. We need to free our minds. We need to open up ourselves and know that there are solutions. The problem that we created sometimes, we created it. How we created it? Lack of housing, lack of a car, we don't have this, we don't have a good job. Who created that? We just did it. So we could change that. The God that made us and give you the power, and that value and that authority puts the DNA in you to say, you are so valuable that I made you different than anyone else in the world. Billions of people in the world that I could pull you out and know everything about you. And we think that we're poor. We lack. There's nothing lacking because we are valued. And when we look around us, we need to see the valued people. We need to stop. I don't want to use the word, but anyway, we need to stop typecasting, and we need to stop classing people and the haves and the have-nots, and you cannot come in my neighborhood, and you cannot come on my street, and you cannot come on my school because you're too short, you're too fat, you're too ugly, you're too poor, you're too happy. And then we have this sectarianism, and everyone is making decisions as to how important you are. Doesn't really matter. What matters is what God thinks about you, and how He made you, and who you are to Him, and what He means to you. So what I say about you should not really matter, because that's my opinion. It's none of your business what I say, because you know who you are and what you are to God. So what I say today about you, I may change my mind tomorrow, but that God changes, you are the same person that He's made you to be. You may not like what you have become, and we may not like what you have become, but the individual that God made is who he made, the person of value, and we need to treat people with respect and treat them as the person that God has made, or the person of value. We continue on our mission. Our mission is to empower us and our communities around the globe and remind us to use the power and the authority of the Word of God that He's given us to speak victory over our circumstances, so we can experience His abundance. We talk about abundance. There is no lack. There is abundance. We have the fruit trees. And if there was no abundance, we would know, if you have 5 people in your family, and God would say, just okay, you have 5 people. I make a tree with 5 fruits for you and your family. That would be enough, because you could share. If you have 5 fruits for 5 people in your family, it means that you could still share. But the God that is abundantly good and gracious, He made a fruit tree that provides many fruits, dozens of fruits, over and over and over again. How can we be selfish by claiming this and saying, this is all? We have a mango tree that's growing. We accumulate all the mango we put in our house, and we don't share with our neighbors. Before long, we will lose it. And the abundant God that we serve, we need to see that the abundance that He gives us, we need to be good stewards. We need to share with one another. The information that you get, the information you receive, you need to go in all the world. You need to go in all the globe. You need to go in your community and share that. Let us not be selfish with what we have. Because if God decided to be selfish with us, where would we be? He is our example. And as we go through life, we know that as a person of God, or the person who God has placed you here to serve, if He knows you're a good servant, He will give you all the power and all the energy and everything. There are times when you get up and say, I can't go anymore. Life is too hard, I can't make it. I don't know how I'm going to make it. How many years have we been saying that? Because He knows what we could bear. Because He's saying, I'm not done with you yet. And if you want to be a servant, He's going to bless you. And if He wants to give you and see that you're a good steward, He's going to bless you abundantly. But your neighbor may be looking at you and say, how is he being blessed? What about me and not being blessed? Because He sees you're a good servant. So He's going to fill your coffers over and over and over, abundantly, because He sees you're a good steward. And here we are, good stewards, who are looking out for the needs of people on the street, who are looking out for people who need to be educated, who are looking out for people who need to have abundance, who are looking out for people who have a better life. And these are the resources that we put together and come together as a family and all over. No, we came here as strangers. Right now I feel like I'm family, because I could stand here and talk in front of you. And I'm not afraid, because I'm among friends, I'm among family. If I'm not your friend yet, one day we'll be. Okay, so I'm happy to be here, and I know that there is a blessing in coming together and putting our resources together. And then we talk about the different ways that we could accomplish the things that we have. Things that we may not know about it, but like I said before, it's available, it is there. There is no lack. There is someone with that information. There is someone who could teach you that. There is someone who could go out and find those resources and bring it back together to teach and help the people that are in need. And they will see the goodness of God, so life is not that bad. And that is what it's all about. Do it unto the glory of God, and you will see that God is a good God and an abundant God. And if you think that He's not, just hold your breath for a little bit. The houses and the cars and the things you say you don't have in life, and how bad things are. And you can't make it tomorrow. Just hold your breath. So you realize that we need to put things in priority and know that we should be thankful for everything. Because when that happens, we realize that all of the things that we were before does not matter. We put things in its place and put things in priority, put God first in our lives. Money is not the answer. It is a means to what we want. God is the answer, because if you want something, you just will tell money, look, I need a house. But if you tell God, He's going to get you, and He's going to get you to go to your bank and give you that money. And sometimes you don't even know why you're going to the bank. You just bump into someone and say, you know what, I want to bless you. They tell you their business, and they say, you know what, I can help you. How did that happen? Was it the money that did that? It is God, because we believe and we trust and we have faith. But just saying that I believe and I have faith is not enough. We have to do the work. Faith without work is dead. I don't get up in the morning and say, I need a house. I need a car. And I get up in the morning and look outside and see the sun. I need to go out. I need to work. I need to do something. I need to talk to someone. We have to put the time in. Whether it's for you or for someone else, we need to put the time in and then we get results. And that's why we are all here together. Should I go on? We're on a mission. We're on a mission to help people. We're on a mission to change lives. We're on a mission to find resources that could change people's lives so that they can see the goodness of the Lord. $40,000. But there's somewhere else you go for 4 years and it's free. So whatever the value they place in you when you get stuck in your head, we get stuck in their head and say that's what we're value. Okay, we finish or college or 4 years, 6 years, 12 years, whatever it is, and my salary is now $80,000, $200,000 per year. And you said, okay, that's my work, value. And another person's doing the same job and it's $40,000 per year. And we get locked in your mind where we can pass the place where we think $200,000 for the person who has a $200,000 job. So when we leave, we find another job that's going to give us $40,000 because this is what they say we're worth, and we find another job that's $40,000 or a little bit under it. What determines the value? You are valuable and you're worth more than that. They can place a value on your life or your work because what God has made you to be, there is no value that you could put on that. And we need to tap into resources and know that the value that you place is what you're working on. When we dream, we need to dream big. Dream is free. So if you dream a little, it doesn't cost you much to dream big. And others are trying to discourage you to tell you, oh, that you're just dreaming. It is free. I can dream as big as I want to dream. Because when you're dreaming big, you're working towards big things. When you dream a little, you dream about little things. All I need is a little house. I don't need much in life. A little car will do, a little transportation here. And so, when God gives you a little, you ask for it. If you ask for things that are big, do you think He's going to say, no, your dream is too big? Ask. If you don't ask, you don't receive. You never know what the next person may be sitting beside you and say, hey, the thing you asked me for, I wanted to give it away a long time ago. I just don't know what to do with it. Okay? So it is there. It's all out there in the world. Whatever has been taken away from you didn't go away. It's just not in your reach. But it's still there. It's still available. And this is what we're going to do. To make sure that people and individuals know that we do not get disappointed in life. And thinking that life has been so bad to us. And God is not blessing us. He blesses us every day. You're breathing. That's a blessing. Others may say, well, it's not a blessing because my job is so happy and I can't stop knowing I can pray because I gotta go to work. And breathing and saying, I gotta go. It's like, slow down, let me slow down your breath a little bit for you to stop and smell the roses. And only when we get to that point we realize that the breathing and the breath was more important than where we're rushing to. So I want us to take the time and learn that the people, the individuals that are behind us, and the individuals that we see around us, that we need to treat them well, and treat them good. I'm standing right here in front of this podium right now. I don't know who made us, but we have connection. Somehow or the other, holding onto this podium. I don't know the man or woman who put us all together. And I know that the glue that goes towards us or nail, the person who made that really don't know the person who made us good. They don't know the lumberjack. They don't know what they've been through. They may have cut on some trees and fell and had an accident. They may have passed. But here we are. We're sitting on a chair that has screws and glues and everything. We have a connection. And we don't say thank you. We just say, okay, well, I can make my own money. I don't need you. I don't need nobody. I make my own money. I need no one. I'm just going to go to work and have that sounds a good time. Why'd you get a job? Someone said, okay, I'll give you a job. We're going to sit on the chair, very nice and comfortable. And we say, I'll go to my big home and I take care of myself and my big bed. You have a connection with the person who made the bed. They may have been through things and struggles, may not have seen an opportunity in life. They may have gone through struggles, they may have died doing that. For us to have the luxury and the comfort that we become accustomed to. And there are people who will give up anything and fight you and kill your family, take care of your family to have a couple just for themselves, not knowing what you do. Our goal in life is to be of service to one another, find resources, work together in unity, and find a way that we will stop separating people from people. Where I said it, separating people from people. The haves and the have-nots. Stay over here and I stay over there. Don't come in my area because you don't have. You don't qualify. You're lacking. And you start feeling this way, and they treat you this way, and your children growing up thinking that, oh, poor me, and we don't have. Let us not let society or a system define you, because the system is designed to separate you. We have a few people at the top who controls all the rest of the people, billion people in the world. How is that? Is it because we gave up our power? Is it because we do not use the authority that God gives you to let you know that you can do that? Step out of the box. Look at the big picture and say, I'm more than that. I'm more valuable than that. I don't care what you say about me or how you feel about me. What matters is what he feels about me, who he says I am, what he says I am, and that's all that matters. And you walk in that light, and you step out with faith and step up boldly knowing that you matter and you have value. There is no school without the students. So is it the school that's important or the students? There is no kingdom without kindred. You are peers, so you are important. You have a king, what does it make you? A pauper? You have a king, so you are important. Okay? The school doesn't function without you. Society doesn't function unless there are people in the society. So let's focus. Let's pay attention. Let's come back to the place where we know that we are all connected. It's like a sheet. It's like a canvas that's woven together. Not just one piece, not one strand. All the pieces put together to make it a very beautiful canvas. Black, white, purple, green, yellow. You say, oh God, look at this color. It's beautiful. Can you imagine if God just gave us one color? You will be finding something else to put on it to say, oh, it's still boring. Can you imagine if He made us one shape, one size, one height? We would wear some heels and say, hey, I'm taller than you. Okay? My eyes are this way, and it's like, and you all look alike. We would do something to ourselves to make us different. And that it is then how God sees us. He makes us differently, but we are all one. Because He designed you. Okay? You are a designer's original. There is no other you. Okay? You are not less than. You are valued, designer's original. We are not knockoff. Consider yourself that. Not a knockoff, not a substitute. Made and designed by the person who created you and thinking that you know that you are equal. And anything that you ever want, you come to me. And don't beat people down. Don't attack people and take what they have and commit what they have. Because the God that you serve has everything. He placed it all here. It all belongs to you. You're lacking something? You have a house? And you lost your house out of foreclosure. Oh God, I lost my house. What am I going to do? And somehow, somewhere in your mind, if you could get to say, you know what, I've lived in this house for 30 years. I've had the opportunity of living in this house and the convenience of this. Now it's time to give it to someone else because someone may have praised the Lord, help me with the house. He's going to say, Max, you've had this house for so long, I'm going to take you out of this house because this person over here is asking for the house. And you say, poor me. And what's happening? The person over here said, thank you, Jesus. You're so good to me. And you're like, don't thank Jesus because no homeless. Whatever He gives us for a season and for a time. Fruits, everything. For a season and for a time, and then we move on. This is why we even have seasons. In the wintertime and the summertime. We do not always have winter all the time or summer all the time. It's for a season. And when we walk into the season, we need to take our place and knowing it is a season and it is time to walk. Okay? We are acting on the belief that building wealth and fulfilling dreams for everyone. Not just for some people, not just for the wealthy, not just for the people who have been handed wealth. And those who do not have, can you imagine that? You will never be wealthy because you never came from a wealthy family. We believe that it is in the reach, it should be in the reach of everyone. We are wealthy because guess what? We are one people with talents and skills, and God has given us everything that we want, so we are wealthy. And a lot of times we define wealth by the amount of money we have in the bank. Money is illusory. And we put it in the bank and accumulate it, after a while it's gone. Okay, so wealth is not necessarily, it's not just about the money. Wealth is abundance. Wealth is the things around you. When you could go out, you could drive and you see the mountains and the scenery, and you look around and you see the goodness of God. You say, God is so good, and I'm wealthy. I appreciate that. Then you will see the goodness and the glory, and not be stuck in your mind about the money. The money will come. But you have to go out there and make it. And when you see it and you have it, you don't worry about the money anymore. Because how much money would you need to be wealthy? Is $20 million enough? For the next man, it's a drop in the bucket. You will never be satisfied. So we have to understand how it is and what it is that we want and where we put value. And where we put all the things that we need in life and what we attach to it and what we call it. So, let's go on. We are aware that each individual and community has its own aspirations and challenges. And so what we do, we are tailoring our approach to address these concerns, whether it's supporting entrepreneurial ventures or facilitating community development initiatives or implementing innovative solutions. There are facilities, there are things that we could do. It's not just a job, the everyday job, the other businesses. And you, throughout the course of the day and tomorrow, you will hear from different people who will tell you and will teach you ways that you could go about things and get it done and not have that one track mind and decide that, okay, the government say this is so, and it is designed this way, so no, I don't have it, and I'm locked out. We need to have equity. We need to have equal treatment. Things that we can accomplish in life, and we don't accomplish in life because we do not have the same advantage. If I say to you, oh, you did do this and do that, and you say, I didn't get the opportunity, I didn't have the opportunity to do that, would they say that you're unsuccessful? If I do not have the same opportunity as the next person, how would they say that I failed? Give me the same opportunity. Give me the same chances and allow me to do that. Because sometimes this is all that people are asking for. To treat fairly, to have access. You are in this building, and I do not have access to the building to get the information that you have. Because I'm outside the door, standing outside the door. I do not have access to this information. So give access to the people so that they have the same opportunity and treat it fairly. And then we will see the differences. So whatever it is that you have, give so that they will have a fair chance, fairness. If you're not treated fairly, it's very hard for you to compare my lack or my success because I don't have the same thing. Okay, so what we need to do is that we, as we look at our lives and the things that we want for ourselves, the things that we desire for ourselves, desire for the next person. So I will have to look over my back to watch you because I'm desiring the same thing for you. If I just accumulated for myself, I've been watching out my window seat and anyone stealing my car and taking my things. But if you desire the same thing for you, what do I care? Because everyone is desiring the same thing for their neighbors and wanting everyone to have the same opportunity. I pray that God will just help us, and as we go through life and see the opportunities that are available, that we take advantage of it. The things are changing, and the way that we're doing business is different. It's changing, and it's going to take some learning. And as we change, we ask that you open up your minds to change. And there are people here that will teach you and show you how, because things are moving. Whether we want things to move or not, time does not wait for anyone. Change is happening. So if we say, so our life is the way it was before and we don't want change will happen. And then you have to play catch. It makes it difficult for you. So go along with the changes that are being implemented and the designs and the structure that is being set up so that we could walk into that and make it an easier transition for us. We aspire for abundance and the flow of equitable what should I say? Equitable performances, equitable jobs, equitable everything for everyone. I have an equal opportunity, but you don't. And I don't share with you. Where does it leave you? And I will say that that person has no ambition. They don't. Where do I go? Life can be good, and life can be hard. It is what we make it. You have faith, you have ability, and you believe. But believing is just not enough. Yeah, I believe. You say something, I believe you, I have faith. Well, what do? Do the work. And people are here right now doing the work, and you are here doing the work. And when we leave today, what we need to do is take a different attitude, a different mindset, and open up our hearts and open up our minds to changes and opportunities that are there available for us. It's like we're free, but we're still shackled. The system ties you up and tells you, oh, you're this and you're that, okay? And they take the chains off your feet, but in your mind it's still shackled because you can't get past the point where they tell you that you are who you are. Let us forget about the chatter and the noise that is behind us. Let us focus. Let us be intentional in all that we do. Be intentional. Focus. Focus. When the noise and the chatter is going around you and you turn away from focusing what have you, wherever you focus, that's where you're going. Refocus. Make a plan. Go for your goals and work together. We can accomplish much when we do that. Infinity International is here to partner with you, Infinity Kenya, and Infinity all over the world. It should be global. And as the word goes, I'll say infinity. It means not just for today, not just opportunity or information for today, but for a lifetime. From here to infinity. You can make the difference. You have children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and we are not just consumers. We do not just come into this world to use up whatever we see here and just go. We must leave a legacy behind for our children or grandchildren. And we must get all the knowledge and experiences and information that we need to pass that on, so that when we leave, they have something to go to follow, and not go back to the place where we're coming from, because we have learned and we have experienced, and based on our experiences and what we have learned, we make a change so that when they pass through this life, they do not have things as hard as we do, and they will not see that there's no lack of hope and there's lack of this, because they can see the goodness and glory of God, knowing that God's goodness is bigger than the circumstances or any situation that is before us. And we will learn to think differently, learn to approach life differently, open up our sons to change as it comes. May God bless you, may He keep you, and we are dedicated to driving this global change that we're trying to access, and we're trying to accomplish. We are committed, and whatever it is that we need to do to accomplish that, that's what we're going to do as we partner with each other, and we hope that we all have like minds, and when we come together, we can be powerful. We're not people who just sit back and just take what's handed out to us. You walk out of this building with a new attitude and a new look at life and say, I am the difference. The changes that I want to see begins with me. Whatever it is they say about me, but that really doesn't matter. Okay, the change begins with me, and when I step out here today, I'm not looking at what the system can do for me and what they can do or what have you. I am going to be the change. The resources are available, and you go out and you find those resources and make the change that you want to see. In fact, that change, it begins with you. It's like giving a horse, taking a horse to drink some water. If the horse is not ready to drink, it's very difficult to get a horse to get up and go. Growing up, they usually say, if you give a horse a swift path, should I I stand on a kick because I'm not the horse kicking this. It will get up and go. But it will sit there. But once you tap it, you go to jump up and move. And sometimes most of us need a little swift tap. We need a swift tap to make us move. Or sometimes when people say some not so nice things about you, it makes you think. You become so complacent that it really doesn't matter until they say something about you in your heart. Sometimes a lot of us are not hurt enough. Sometimes a lot of us are not broken enough. Sometimes we're just cracked. And sometimes we have to be broken into pieces and go hit the rock bottom for us to realize that we need to do something. And there are people here to break you, but have the spirit and to know that there are others around you who will help us out. We are a brother's keeper, and we're not here for ourselves. And let's continue to do that. Be a brother's keeper. I'm about that done, okay? And like I said, I'm going to wrap this up. We're going to pay attention. Don't be wishy-washy, flippy, floppy, what we're doing. Think about something. Make it a priority. Be intentional what you do. No, I feel like enough today, tomorrow I don't feel this way, I feel like enough, I don't feel like enough. Be intentional. Work on that. Focus. Focus is so important. When we lose focus, we get so accustomed to all the distractions that we don't hear. We don't know where we're at. Refocus. It's not hard. But if you don't have a plan and you don't have a structure, you're just going wherever the wind blows. We're not going to do that. We're going to be intentional what we do. You want to change? You're going to make the change. You're going to say, this is what I have to do. I don't like what's going around me. I don't like where I live. I don't like my financial situation. I don't like this and I don't like this. I'm going to do something about it. And you are going to change. And you're going to change your focus and focus in that direction. Set your structure, know where to get all the resources, and then you will see. That is not because of lack. It's because if we're not open your mind to think of all the resources and utilizing the resources that are there, that people like us here, people like you, have the knowledge and the skills to provide all of this. And as you go day by day, and as we help each other, the experiences that they go through when you help them, their experience teach you how to do other things. I worked in the system, and I tell you, a lot of the things that I learned are things that my clients teach me. But I never thought about it until I see their situation. And when you think your situation is bad, just talk to the person next to you about the things that they've been through in life. And then you say, Lord, thank you for my problem. I thought I had some problem. And then you say, thank God. The same problem that you were complaining about, you're thanking God for it. Because we all experience challenges. And the challenges that we go through, the situations we go through sometimes, is to teach us and to make us grow and to see the goodness of God. May God bless you, may He keep you, and may He continue to keep your family, open up your hearts and minds to know that there is no lack in this world. And that whatever it is that we need is available and was available before we got here. So we're going to go out and we're going to find it, and it's all here. With all of you that there is. God bless you.
Powerful. We need to be intentional. World creation is just, the change starts with you. That's what we are doing. You need to focus. You need to know your origin. There is no a replica of yourself. There is no a cloned person called Dan. You only have Dan who is original. Thank you, Mama Roma. You have really blessed us with powerful world creation. I'm sure each one of us will want to have what we call a close one-on-one to know about that. So, without again wasting more time, we are going to have a brief plenary session. EPZ, hey, are you around? We need somebody, their representative. Machakos County Government, admin team led by Natasha and Paris. Then the internet team led by Colin. Come at the front. We want to interact with this, the houses, so please. Professor Charles Ombuki. I don't know where. Prof. Kilo. Oh, you are sitting off. Let's come at the front. EPZ there, Machakos County Government.
It's your time. It's your time now. Shame.
Mama Lorna has talked of, maybe you did not get it right. A coin, crypto coin, which is being sold for 14 Kenya shillings. And it is what you are going to use to collateralize your project. Maybe it be a house, a school, whatever kind of project you want to do. That will be handled in other sessions because we have the founders here. But at the front here now we have the admin team of the Infinity International Group, led by Paris Morton and Latasha Richardson. You have now the chance to ask. This is the team which is in charge of projects. And when Harrison was here, he was talking about a business plan. So somebody was asking, how do I do a business plan? The people who handle your business plan, your proposal, are here with you. So it's now your time to ask the questions. On this side, we have Colin Lake, who is having the most interesting program, Masters of Business in the Street. You know, here we talk of streetwise guys. So now we are being given an opportunity to master our business skills in the streets, and you get some certification. So we want to know how do we get that? I've seen our senior security officer at Machakos University, Major Ganda, around. And yesterday he really asked me about the Masters of Business in the Street. I'm sure he has a question about that because he was telling me, I have a shop. How does that benefit me? So I'm sure Ganda, you should be prepared. Machakos government. You are the people who are putting infrastructure around, and the people to do those infrastructure projects are here. So now you have the platform for yourselves. So I'm going to engage the audience with the Professor Charles Ombuki, the Dean of School of Business. Possibly we can also hear something from him, then we come to the panelists.
Yeah, thank you so much, Shadla. I was really excited to the presentation, so thank you so much. And when I hear of, I did indicate this, when I hear of master of business in the street, you know, some people think it's a master's program. So you must also have a bachelor's, you know, a bachelor of business in the street before you master. But I thought it's mastery of the skills. I think that's what is in the mind. Then the name interweave, I thought that's what touched me. Why inter? Because I know weave and then inter, right? So it is now interweave. So what is this that is really interweave? Why exactly interweave? We shall be knowing, or maybe I will talk with you as we interact in the other sessions. So I think it's now time for us to seek clarifications on what has been presented to us, so that indeed, as Kiok has put it, each of the panelists here will be able now to respond to our worries, our concerns, and be able to make things more clear to us so that we can understand the applicability of the same. Blockchain, yes, we must have heard about it. Don't fear. You can even ask, what is it? What is this thing that you're calling a block and then chain, And then the cryptocurrencies and their applicability, how you can use them to create wealth. Because I think everybody needs wealth creation. Each and every one of us. So how can I create wealth? Using that. And then we'll be more informed as we proceed. So thank you for now. Start and then we continue.
Thank you so much, Prof. Before I go to the audience, I would request Paris just to briefly about the XUSDP coin. Just briefly, just for about 1 minute.
Thank you, everyone. XUSDP is the token that we're using in the Infinity community that is backed by physical assets. And we are using that to leverage for us to collateralize projects. So it is being sold at 10 cents right now through Infinity, and the value is $4,420. And that is the leveraged amount that we are using, because that coin has trillions, 34 trillion in assets, physical assets, and this has never been done before, that are filed in the SEC, and so that gives us the legal right to utilize this asset-based token, which is not fiat, which you are normally thinking when you think BTC or Bitcoin or Ethereum. This is an asset-backed coin which takes away the volatility of the other coins that we know about. So this has never been done. And so we're utilizing that token as the form of currency that you are going to be able to purchase and then collateralize your projects.
Thank you so much. I think, and today she has really talked Kenyan English. Congrats. We have understood everything. Sometimes she talks, I cannot tell you what she has said. So, before I come to Lakash, I want to move to Colin. The buzzword. Everybody's talking about masters of business in the street. So here we talk in Kenya streetwise. I've said streetwise. There are guys who have managed business when they have not gone to any school. Professor Obuku will tell you. Actually, those are the ones who are the best. They are doing very well in the business industry. Those who have done the actual academic work, they are not doing it. So what is the mix? And what is this bullet magic which you have brought together?
Okay, so if I understand the question correctly, the question is, what is this program giving that is an additional item to maybe a university? Is that okay? So to answer that question, I'm a strong believer in educational system within an organization like a college, and I would encourage everybody to do that if you have the ability to. However, there are so many individuals in our communities that do not have the ability to go to a university. For individuals that go to a university, you'll learn skills like engineering, science. I went to and got my degree in finance. But then actually going out and applying those skills in the real world is difficult. It's for me, I started my own business in the United States, and starting that off, it was difficult. It was hard. And it was through hard times and tribulation that I was able to find out what worked. And through some different items to be able to start our business. The MBS program is decades in the making. We have an online platform and face-to-face to take both online and face-to-face courses. This program is significantly effective to individuals that are creating their own business and maybe need that paperwork portion or learning how to promote your business, learning how you shouldn't have all of your stuff scattered across the floor in your business. You need to have it organized in a way so when the customer comes in, they're able to walk through, see the products. That's just one example of something we would teach. But hopefully that answers your question.
Thank you so much. Now, can we take questions from the audience? We have set the climate in terms of the two areas, from Paris to Collins. And I knew Ruth would be the first one. She works with community, so.
Thank you so much for this opportunity of being here. I also want to say that since morning I've really been inspired by the blockchain, the interview, and even what UAE is doing in Africa. I have a little concern with the interview, and please excuse my ignorance. This is the first time I'm hearing about interview. And I believe that maybe in the afternoon or maybe in the tomorrow session, this question will be answered. If it is, it's okay. One thing is that I work with community groups, and the first question is, once I go through the MBS, it means that my business will improve. There are many skills that are going to help my business. That one I want to say I understand. But when it comes to something that Harrison talked about, going out now to the village, going out to that community, what is that process there? Who facilitates that? How do I do it? Because once I improve my business, and I'm doing well because I've gone through this scale, then unless I do something, like Mrs. Cliff said about, it's not about you. It is going out and helping others learn what you have learned. So I need to understand what happens there. Second question, which can be answered later, not really now. Can we have an example of somebody just taking 2 minutes of telling us, I have gone through the ambassador, I have gone through the skills, what impact? Someone who's here in Kenya, I have seen examples there, but it's good to see what has changed. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ruth. Can we get another question so that they answer at the same time? Okay, you want to?
Yeah, let me answer the question so I don't forget it. Excellent question. The Success Ambassador program is set up so once you take the MBS program, you have the option to stop there and just focus on your business. Now, several of our ambassadors here realize that they have a skill set in teaching. And so they have the ability to take the next course. It's called the Success Ambassador course. That is taught by me in the United States of America and Harrison as well from Ghana. And we teach that online personally. So every single one of these Success Ambassadors has had one-on-one time with me, with Harrison, and with others at headquarters in Utah in the United States. and we teach them how to facilitate the course. And so that's a program that we don't charge for. They go through, they learn how to facilitate the course, and then they sign a contract with Interweave Solutions that says you have the ability to distribute, sell, teach all of our content. You have the ability to use all of our materials, our websites. All we ask is that you upload your students onto my platform so that we can make sure that quality is upkept, and we can always check their paperwork. All MBS programs and all MBS projects have paperwork and different submissions that they submit, and we grade it in the United States, and then we submit that. But that is your first question. Okay, and then your second question, if I remember it, one word or one word. Interact with someone. Johan, can you come up for a second? I'm putting him on the spot a little bit, so sorry. This is one of our success ambassadors. And let him talk to you a little bit about his experience with Interweave Solutions.
Yeah, all the protocol observed, good afternoon. Yeah, I'm Joseph Mekesa from Kitale. So that book that Kitale is in Kenya, right? I'm a successful ambassador. I joined Interweave in December last year. It is around 5 months. I've been an active member whereby I trained MBS. So before that, I had a project. It's called Sweetpan. I have been especially with paperwork. I didn't know how to separate my business and my business money and my personal money. So when I just happened to go online, I happened to see the link, and then I joined. A week later, I was referred to another group whereby I was here is my mentor, Mr. Harrison Pribol. He has been my mentor. So the program has really helped me. My business, before that, it was not an investor ready, but now I can confidently even teach through Interweave. So far, there is a program called Unsung Heroes. I had an issue with money management, but through that program, it has helped me to tailor that program to fit the market need and also to address the specific need. Because before that, I didn't know how to come up with a real solution based from my village. So I learned from that program, and it helped me. Now the projects, I'm thinking of something like in university, we have those guys who are taking IT, but they don't. They have issue with the laptops. So and then on the other side, there is like Safaricom. Then I'm sure this company, they have that old laptop or dead laptop. So it's through Interweave that triggered me to come up with that idea, so that I can help my fellow university students who don't have that laptop. So on top of that, I have, before that I was struggling. I cannot talk in front of you, but there is a program about storytelling whereby I can go out, I can talk to you the way I'm just talking to you. I could have like the corner of the children, but it has really helped me. And then I have through that program, it has helped me to be a good member. I have some ambassadors that have made that. They can just wave. Yeah, those are my ambassadors. They are also doing the same, and we are really reaping a lot. So I just wish the investors who are here, this is the perfect platform, because the youth, most of the youth outside there, we are really struggling. We have brilliant ideas, but we don't have someone to hold us. So Interweave has come. Investors, please do something. Thank you.
If I may add to that just really quickly, Johan was very modest in his speaking. He shared pictures, images of him doing service projects throughout the community with both the youth and with individuals, with the success ambassadors as well. He shared with me personal experiences with wealth increase and different items like that. But Johan's excellent success ambassador, just want to add to that really quick.
Thank you. I think we say seeing is believing. I think Johan has given his story, where he started, and how the program has started. So I'm sure the School of Business is also taking notes. so that our students next day will not again find them in the streets without jobs. So here we want to create jobs for our students and every other person who is here. I had called EPZA, and it is my pleasure to introduce Moses Ikebuch, the Manager Investment Promotion at the EPZA. He had just walked in a bit late, and since this is a plenary session which is talking about business, and he had not talked much about the EPZA, so I'll give him about 3 minutes just to give an overview so that the students, the audience can ask questions, please. Okay, as he prepares himself, he's telling me there is a video which takes 7 minutes, which explains everything about EPZA. We can now take another question. If there is any question, yes. Who is here to assist me in giving the mic?
Thank you for this opportunity. My question goes to Infinity Group. I think I and my colleagues are interested so much with cryptocurrency. My question is, does Infinity Token have whitelists on where the white paper, and where can we get it so that we can be able to read? The other question goes to Interweave Solutions. How can we enroll for the MBS? What is the process of enrolling? Number 2, after I undergo through the MBS course and I identify the business that I'm supposed to start, do you give business startups as in funding for the business? My name is Caroline Wanjao from Nairobi.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Irene Joel from Nairobi, and my question goes to the Infinity team on crypto. Where do we get this coin, and what is the liquidity, and is it locked or it's open? Those are my questions on crypto. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that session. Now, my name is Monua from Machakos here. We have students here who are taught entrepreneurship theory, and finally they write a business plan. So most of them have very bright and viable ideas, but now the problem is the funds. Now, how can Infinite help us students? Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Vivian Koroi. I also come from here, Machakos. I want to add on what she has said, especially on ideas that students have and the incubation days, because we don't have an incubation center or even a science park where students can come together, incubate their ideas, and maybe create businesses that can create employment for themselves and also other students. how can it be assisted in this, in ensuring that students within our institution are able to graduate with businesses that can sustain them? Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Marco Mare from Kisa County, and sometimes we operate in Trans Nzoia.
Finally, there are things you forget. So let's just follow your question. You know, he has been kind of provoked.
Okay, if I hear you correctly, the first question was about a white paper. Now, Infinity itself is not a cryptocurrency. It is a function of creating structures so that you can grow wealth. So you wouldn't ask a business for a white paper. You would ask a business for their business plan, their vision. You would ask them, things like that. But we do use cryptocurrency within our structure. In fact, we're in the process, even now, developing an Infinity token, and that will have a white paper when we decided to put that out on the marketplace. Okay, so to answer your question about the Infinity white paper, that will come out when Infinity coins come out, and you will be able to see it online within the blockchain. Now, the next question has to do with help. How do we finance or facilitate a small business and the money and so on and so forth? Most small businesses cannot get funding through banks because the bank works from a particular structure. And they're taking risks, aren't they? When you come up with your ideas, they don't know if it will work or if it will not work. So for them to put money behind your ideas, they don't know you, they've never seen your performance in business. They think twice. And many times they would ask you for, here's the big word, collateral. Because they're putting their money at risk. So if you want to collateralize your business and you have money in the bank to back your business, you can put money in the bank and the bank will give you a loan. And some people say that don't make sense because I have money already, why should I have the bank give me money, right? So what cryptocurrency does, that is backed by real live asset that is used in the world today, it allows you to buy a kind of collateral that you can present your projects within the Infinity organization. Gives you an ability to now have a collateral that you can attach to your business, which will be easily funded. And we go out and get the funding. We don't necessarily ask you to use that to go to the bank to get funding. Right? The bank is not that sophisticated yet with cryptocurrency and funding, right? But we, because we know the value of what you're holding, we go out and we get the finances for you to do your project.
I'm sure some of you have gotten it. It's simply like how you walk to your bank with a title deed. You give your title deed as collateral. The bank holds it. It gives you money to do your project. So in this case, your Infinity is using a coin to collateralize projects. So it is leveraging on that. The coin is it's asset-backed coin. It's not like Bitcoin, which is like where you go today, like the money market, Nairobi Stock Exchange. One Bitcoin, you will find it's going for 9 million. Their coin is different. It is seeking, or it is backing assets. So we can take the other, what you can answer.
So the first question was, how do I get started? That's a pretty simple answer. You get a hold of any of the success ambassadors that are here today. If you'd like to get in, so Shadrach, okay, go to Shadrach, ask him to get started, and then if you live in this area or if you can teach, he'll teach. So it's very easy to sign up for the course. He gives you a link and he puts you on a WhatsApp group. You click on the link and then you just sign up and you have access to the course. Or if it's in person, then you can teach. Oh, the cost of the course. Cost of the course, Shadrach will also let you know the cost of the course. We allow success ambassadors to charge for the course and set their price. Like I said, every single one of these success ambassadors here today, they all are running a business. So they set the price for their own business. So I hope that answers that question. Do we give out loans? No. Our focus is on getting this information out to individuals. We do offer grants for our success ambassadors. Those grants are specifically for success ambassadors to be able to teach more individuals, to help create more self-reliance groups, to help them with their MBS business, but we do not give out loans to individuals. We do have partners that can possibly help get out loans, so if we were eventually to if you're interested in that, just talk to your success ambassador, and that would probably be the best line of action.
Cliffy said there is one question which he missed, and I think it's from, I don't know your names, but you talk about the incubation and the startups. Maybe you can repeat your question.
Yeah, my question was about the liquidity of the coin. And is it open or locked?
So when we talk about liquidity, just so that everybody understands, is the ability to take the coin and sell it for cash, or to cash it in and get money for it. Am I correct? Okay. So there's two forms and two approaches to any cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency is designed as a peer-to-peer transaction. So of course, if you have coin that you want to sell and are willing to buy, I can buy it and it gives you liquidity, right? But in an abundance coin, normally there's no liquidity pool that one would go in and line to cash in. Are we with me there? Okay? So for instance, the coin that we're using, XUSDP, does not have a liquidity pool that you can get a line and say, I'm going to cash my coin in. Where the liquidity comes from is in the use of the coin as collateral. Once you use the coin as collateral and that project is funded, 20% of the funds go back to the community that funds that particular project. So we have a system where we do a community collateralization, right? Where not only one person, but everybody taking the risk, kind of like mutual funds, if you're familiar with mutual funds. We share the risk in everybody collateralize, they're using their coin to collateralize a variety of projects. The funds comes in from the projects, and then the people who collateralize, using their coin to collateralize these projects, get paid first. 20% goes to the community that collateralize these projects. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question? And that's how we create liquidity.
Let's see.
Hi everybody. Would you please elaborate for them to understand what they buy ex-USDP and what they collateralize, and the 20% comes to them how much it's going to be. So it's a very different for me after 1 year, it took a little bit of time to really click what is happening. For newcomer, it's even more difficult to understand exactly what the Infinity is doing.
Okay, so let me expound on that, okay? So collateralization is really the underlying factor of releasing funds. Number one, you buy coin at a discount. The coin that we sell is not to reap back the coin. So we sell you a coin for 10 cents. But the amount of money that we use, that 10 cents gives you an immediate collateralization of 4,420 US dollars. So you've leveraged 10 cents to 4,420 US dollars. And that's the number we use for the project. And we can back it because of the asset behind the coin. Does that make sense? So you're making money. The one brings you 4,420 amount of dollars for collateralization. Now, let's say, let me give you some numbers. You want to hear some numbers. So let's say our project, total project that we have is $100 million. So we're going to take 20% of that off the top. So 20% off of $100 million, how many billion dollars is that?
20.
20, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
And so we got $20 million now that goes back to the community to be split up with the people who collateralize the project. Now, if you have your own personal project, right, you can collateralize, Bitcoin collateralize your own project up to 50% of the value. So if your project was that $100 million, you can actually buy coin and collateralize 50%, $50 million in coin because you have the leverage. You're buying 10 cents and you're leveraging to 4,000. So it doesn't cost so much to do that. So that 20% of that $100 million, which is at $20 million, half of that, the person who collateralized their own project would go to them. Are you with me there? So that $20 million, $10 million would go to you on your $100 million project because you collateralized half yourself. And we only allow you to collateralize half, and the community collateralize the other half. Are you with me there? Okay. So it's, I hope you understand, but it's something that you have to learn because most people do not understand collateralization and cryptocurrency. But I'll also tell you that we have leaders, we have admin, we have a circle of people around you that will help you to understand this. Okay.
Thank you, Cliff. What we are being told is that there are people in our midst who will answer your questions, even one-on-one. So you get in touch with the Lydia, Dr. Patricia. We also have Joseph, myself, also are leaders. They will further explain further, but they flew from US to come and explain that. And also, so that you cannot say, so hear it from them, how to characterize project, like a building like this. So you use the coin, it will sit on this asset, but there is a community. So thank you very much. The question about the incubation is going to be taken by Tina Kio from Machakos County Government. Then after that, we will ask the ETZ running. Then prepare your questions. We are going to break for lunch at 2:30. So I don't know what time is it. 13 minutes. So let's move faster. Tina is the Assistant Director in Investment Promotion, Department of Industry and Innovation. Can we clap for her? Okay. I hope she got the question right to answer.
Yes, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, good afternoon. I'm from the Department of Industry and Innovation. We are the agency that is mandated to spur economic development through wealth and job creation. And so, talking of street smartness, when I read the program that Waziri, our CCM, shared with me, I was very excited about the topic. And to be honest, I expected a full amphitheater full of students. And just by a show of hands, how many are students of Machakos University here?
I did say thank you so much, Madam. Our students are on long vacation, and the majority are on attachment. In fact, when we were coordinating this, I even told Shadrach that I wish this came from September, when all our students are here. You could not see any seat here, but he agreed that when they come, he will come with the other team to share the same. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Professor. I was afraid of us using a very critical mass for this conversation. Thank you for that clarification. And so it is not the first time we're having engagements with this university as a county department. We actually recently held a Machakos Industry Roundtable Forum where with the university we signed a memorandum of understanding for intention for collaboration. We've had conversations around what the lady there has asked about an incubation program. She's mentioned that there is no incubation center, and I would like to gladly mention to you that as a county government, we have already prepared the infrastructure. We passed the initial phase of construction of the Machakos Incubation and Innovation Hub, and we intend to be incubating business ideas, and primarily we want to run mentorship programs to nurture business ideas from students, not only from Machakos University, but from entrepreneurs throughout Machakos County. So we passed the first phase as a county government. We are already done with the initial construction. So we are in the second phase of equipping the incubation and innovation hub. So very soon, in the second quarter of the next financial year, we should be calling for cohorts for application. So stay alert for that. Once we call for applications, we look forward to applications from stakeholders, including students and entrepreneurs. The idea is that we want to structuralize our way of incubation, our way of assisting entrepreneurs. So that is one of the ways that we are going to be supporting and facilitating entrepreneurship within the county. Also to mention that the lady asked about loans and loans for startups. As a county, we realize that there is a gap in terms of funding, and we are also instituting an enterprise fund, which is meant to support entrepreneurs. It's meant to be like a revolving fund. So we are the preliminaries. We've already come up with an enterprise fund policy that is supposed to regularize how we're going to be supporting the entrepreneurs in terms of them getting the loans and then doing business and returning the money back to the government. Also, in this conversation, it's important for us to also recognize that government sort of works very different from private entities, and we will really like to look into the conversation of blockchains and crypto. We as government sort of accused of being very slow in absorbing technology, and we don't want to be left out of what you're doing and what is happening in the world, and so we would like to know how can we be incorporated in this technology, be it in maybe managing of our health records, managing of our government documentation, because documentation in government is quite something, be it in data security. How can we look into this conversation as a government? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tina. Another round of applause for Tina. Before I move to Latasha, because she's the one who is supposed to talk about the business plan, and although there was no question, it has just triggered my memory about the incubation. As a Kenyan community for the Infinity, we have already done an ICT innovation app at CONSA, and Natasha approved it. So what I would tell Tina is, if you slow down, you will find Natasha already on the ground. Thank you.
So I guess I'm supposed to speak on the project. So our projects within our community align with the vision of our founders. At the core of what it is that we do is love, of course, and to help extend our reach and helping each of us around the world, not just located in one spot. Our goal is to reach everyone around the world and help one another. Everyone in this room has the same fundamental every day. So our goal is to take those things that we need and come together to uplift and help one another. And we do that by way of projects. So if you have projects that you know can help provide a need somewhere else, it's those projects that we welcome into our Infinity space. And of course, we welcome those by way of our membership. Those people that are members within our community are the ones that have access to submit their projects. So if you're not yet became a member of Infinity, of course, we encourage you to speak with one of our leaders here. What we do in terms of project review is we have our members, they have a means, once they become members, to submit their projects on our website. We as admin get that information, and of course we request your business plan. Given that we are in our very early phases, the business plans that we're currently accepting from our members are not your traditional business plans per se. Business plans can get pretty costly to put together and to present your business, and we realize that everybody are in different places. So Shadrach is one of the resources within our community that we extend to our members to help with your business plan if you're struggling. But what are we looking for in terms of your project submissions? We're looking for your executive summary. What does an executive summary do? An executive summary should serve as a high-level overview of your business plan, even though you may not have that business plan. It should identify the scope of your project. What is your project intended to do? Who is it intended to serve? What need is it intended to bridge the gap of? So with your executive summary, we're looking at that. We're looking at what type of funds you're requesting. And the other thing that we look for is how are you going to utilize those funding that you're requesting to execute, carry out, support, and make that project successful. You're not alone in that process. We here in Infinity, team leaders, founders, admin, all of us join hands together to help all of us as members be successful in that space. So once we get that information from you guys, we help we review it, of course. And if there's anything that we have questions to, we may go back and forth with you depending on what it is that you submit to us. But we do try to pull as much information in, because not only are we as community looking at that, when we present that information and it's tentatively approved, everyone in the community can get an opportunity to see that project. Everyone in the community gets to see what it is that they're taking a part in by way of collateralizing their project. We don't allow members to say, oh, I'm going to collateralize that project, or I'm going to collateralize that one. No, no one is left behind. All projects are collateralized by the community in any given round that we're in, so that everyone will be able to have their vision aligned with ours and be able to reach others and help each other. So.
Look, my name is Mutani, so I think you have gotten it right about the business and the proposals. So we are now going to give the EPZL to do their presentation. As you prepare for the, okay, he has said it's 7 minutes. So my team here, just bear with us. The audience is a bit excited, so just sit. After EPZ, then we can take another like 5 minutes as we go for lunch. So EPZ, the floor is yours. EPZ. So you can prepare the questions now. Immediately they are through. Just take that round.
We'll come back later. Thank you for being together with us. We'll come back later in 1 hour.
You can go back to your seat. Yeah.